exhibit the most egregious abuses of medical research, human cloning in all its forms, creating or implanting embryos for experiments, creating...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lifted Scene podcast here in Seattle, Washington. Today's episode 49. Really quickly, I wanted to I'll let you guys know the name of that song that we were jamming on the intro. It's originated of a guy named Chill Hop. You guys might know him from YouTube. It's got really good study music, meditation music.
Lindicious?
That's the name of the song.
Oh, soulful.
Lindicious. I think that's how you say it. But welcome back. If you guys are new listeners, you guys are in for a show. Today is we're almost to our 50th episode, right?
Big time goals.
Bro, goals, right? Podcast
Smashing goals.
I wanted to say thanks for tuning in. If you guys are returning, thanks again for tuning in. Now would be a good time to grab your joints, blunts, bongs, dab rigs, edibles. Maybe you microdosed some psilocybin like myself today.
Yeah.
Maybe you've just been sipping on kombucha. Smoking some ganja. However you guys get into your lifted state, go ahead and get there now because we're about to get there ourselves. We want to thank you for listening. Today's topics are going to range from a couple of things. We got so much to cover. Ryan went to Texas, did yoga with Adrian.
Hey.
We've got a lot of new developments and self-development, spiritual development, meditation updates, weekly meditation updates, plus shout-outs and reviews, which we'll get into in a second.
All the good stuff.
You're here with your hosts. First off, my producer, audio genius, photographer, cinematographer, drone, footy expert, Mr. Ryan Summers, a.k.a. Not Summers. You guys can find him on his Instagram at Not Summers or go to notsummers.com. How's it going, brother?
It's going really good, man. Thank you. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing super well.
Fuck yeah, man.
Super well.
Yeah, dude. Texas, a lot of things to talk about. Yoga with Adrian, some theories, some updates, meditation stuff.
Yeah.
Where are we at in our vibe here in planet Earth? Yeah, looking forward to it. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, and hopefully if you guys haven't already, go check us out on YouTube. Go and subscribe there. We do put up videos there. And we really want to interact with you guys any way that we can. We appreciate, all the feedback, whether it's a review, whether it's a comment, shout out on the Instagram. You guys can find us at The Lifted Scene. You guys can find myself, Vanzel Kirk, on Instagram, which I don't even know. That might be a topic today. Facebook's going down. Instagram, is that going to go with it? Is your privacy really private? Those are some of the things we want to talk about today. But in the meantime, before those things go away, you can find us on the IGs there. Welcome to the Lifted Scene, a meditation podcast with a dedication to self-development, spiritual development, plant-based eating. Meditation, of course, is the base of all this, but the mindset and the mindfulness is really what we're trying to jump into. So before we get into our updates and we talk more about that, let's get right into our first segment. You guys know it. You guys love it. And I'm going to go ahead and get on iTunes here to see if we have any new reviews. But
we sure do love those reviews.
Let's see.
It's not that hard to leave one.
No,
it's annoying. Really. You don't want to at the time, but I mean, it just takes a moment. You see the podcast there. It's all right there in front of you. Leave a review. Yeah.
Oh, and guess what? I think we got one.
Wait,
all right.
Well, sweet berries.
Well, let's go ahead and get it right into it. We do have a jingle that we hope you guys will sing along with us. Let's just get it going.
Ready for it?
Ready for it.
And one, two, three. Shout-outs and reviews.
Shout-outs and reviews. Shout-outs and reviews. The first segment here on the Lifted Scene podcast where you at home, you as listeners, wherever you're listening to us from around the world, in this dimension, I guess I could say even, on this frequency.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, technically, right?
You're all on this frequency.
You guys can play along and be a part of the show by leaving a 5-star review or lower. It's up to you, but we really appreciate the 5 stars just because they help the show to be seen. So other people who are listening, who love the show, other people like them, can listen also. Leave it in a comment or a question form. We will answer it. This first review, we do have another one, so thank you, is called, or is All the Way Up. This is a 5-star. This was left 23 hours ago by a guy named Jess G. Van H. So thanks, Jess. We appreciate the feedback. The review says, hey, yo. Hey, yo. I'm guessing it's like, hey, yo, Steve. Hey, yo. I listen to a lot of podcasts and have come back to this one from time to time. Every time I do, I get inspired and I want to keep working towards that next lifted level. I've had a lifetime worth of lucid dreaming and powerful times on psychedelics, so I know my brain and my mind can go there, and I really want to get into meditating. Basically, just keep doing what you're doing. This is a solid show. Great production value, amazing content, and awesome hosts. 5 stars all the way up. Shout out to Mr. Summers. Shout out.
Hey, shout out, Mr. Summers. That's me.
I like it. Well,
I think I know who that is.
oh, nice. Well, hey, Jess, thanks, man. And if you want to get it more into meditation, feel free to hit us up on the Instagrams. I'll literally get on the phone. I'll get on a FaceTime with you. If you have a non-Apple phone, we'll get Duo. We'll figure it out. We'll figure this meditation thing out.
Yes, we will.
That feels good. I like reviews like that.
Thanks for the review.
We appreciate it.
That was kick-ass.
It's kind of cool to see obviously, if someone's been experiencing these other, lucid traveling, astral traveling, psychedelics, they understand where we're at and what we're doing. So that's really good feedback from someone who is of it sounds like a higher level of consciousness, more of a clear consciousness to say, you guys are doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing, which is what we've been talking about. This is our, we always have Gary Vee in the back of our minds, like, just be patience, just
Patience,
fucking keep doing it. Don't stop.
Just grind. Start today. Don't stop. Keep going. Put your head down. Just keep working.
That's right. So, let's get right into shout outs. You got any shout outs, man?
Dude, I don't really have any shout outs listed. Do you hear that?
There's always some kind of noise out there.
Yeah, it's the city. It's the city life. Shout outs to you, man. I like your shirt.
Thanks,
That's a
brother.
dope shirt.
Yeah, I don't really buy a lot of new clothes, but I
Right.
went to Ross.
Word.
$6 shirts, bought like 5 of them. New wardrobe.
Heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's
$7 shirts aren't bad either.
clean. I like the colors. Really
Appreciate it, man. I feel like the other clothes I was wearing, and on an energetic level, I honestly do believe that I was holding on to a lot of memories that were attached to clothes. So I had clothes I wore from like when I was in the Marine Corps, when I was like 250 pounds, buff, going to the gym 2 times a day, eating meat and all that, and swollen. And these shirts were like larges. And as I've gone down, I've lost an immense amount of weight. I think I'm rocking like 175 to 180 is like my range now, just a healthy weight. And I wear mediums now, which is like I haven't worn mediums since like high school.
That's dope.
So
That feels good.
Yeah, it feels really good. So I'm like, dang, okay. So it was kind of cool to throw away all the shirts that had like the loose arms, the loose like necks. My tattoos were showing. I didn't really think it was too professional, so I had to like change it up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Then you manned up and you just stepped it up to the Ross, fucking the $6 shirt style, new wardrobe.
Dude, like
I don't need
to buy a $50 shirt.
Who does? Nobody needs to do that.
No, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Silly kids.
I feel bad every time I buy clothes that were like, that were like made by kids for like 10 cents an hour. I really don't. I try not to. That's not my main reason for not buying clothes. I really just try not to be a part of consumerism and be constantly buying new clothes. Like, who do I have to impress? Nobody.
Yeah, right.
Except myself, and if I felt good, getting some new clothes. So I was like, I'm pepping my step. I could feel it.
Yeah, dude. And that's part of the grind too, and if you're okay with not wearing the hottest, coolest clothes, you can make a pair of shoes last quite a while, a pair of jeans, some shirts. Your clothes can last quite a while. You know what I mean? That's like one part of the hustle. That's like a key secret to the hustle, to the grind. It's like, don't buy bullshit you don't need.
Don't buy dumb
clothes,
shit.
dude. You really don't need like all these fancy, trendy clothes that are cool for a season, and then you're just not going to wear it. It's going to sit in the closet.
My girlfriend Amanda brought up something kind of like we were watching something, and she brought this fact up that there is a style for every day of the year. And I'm like, what? And it makes sense. Like, imagine the fashion world doesn't just like start in spring and end in spring. Like, fashion is every day, and there's a style that changes slightly every single day. So it's almost like you have to, like, ladies especially, they have to keep up with the Joneses, kind of thing.
Yep.
I think that's just another avenue of consumerism. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
people are just buying shit they don't
keep
need,
up with
man.
the Joneses, man.
Yeah, right.
Well, like, who's that money guy? Who does the money podcast? He's that money dude. Everybody knows him. I forgot his name, but he always said, keep up with the Joneses, but the Joneses are broke, man.
Oh,
Who is that guy?
I think of I think of Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's the money guy when I think of money guy.
Oh, Dave Ramsey, who's I'm thinking
Dave
of.
Ramsey. Okay, right on, right on.
The fucking
Yeah, the Joneses are
fucking
broke,
dude.
man.
The
That's
Joneses
exactly
are
it.
broke as shit. So
If you're worrying about other people's shit, you're not focused on your own shit.
you gotta
that's-
focus on your own shit.
Plain and simple, right?
You know, I think there's
Basically.
plenty of people out there that need to be focusing on their own shit. Probably the people listening to our show. I mean, if you're focused on your own shit, you're probably not even listening to our show and absorbing and taking our content. But if you're out there trying to hustle like we are, we're just a couple of hustlers out here, guys, and we're trying to like just focus on our shit. So
And this is how I focus. Once a week, I get to really like gather all the information.
yeah,
As hard as it is for me to retain it sometimes, like
same.
read a book and try to just process like, oh shit, like I just got through a book. We'll talk about it a little later, but fuck,
Oh, yeah.
man, like just holding on to it, like not holding on to it, but like being in a good position, being grounded so I can absorb it and hold that energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Fuck,
man.
Like, yeah, we're just, and that's part of the grind too, is, you know, and I just keep reiterating to myself, like the money game is just emotional game.
Mm-hmm.
Like the better and it's so clear. It's just so clear. Like when you change your money thoughts and habits and
Yeah.
your emotions towards those, I think things start to turn a different direction or build momentum, I should say. Because it's always in motion, but it's like, do you have the right motion?
Yeah.
You know?
It's the mindset.
It's the mindset.
The mind is a powerful thing.
And that's kind of what we jam on here. And we try
Yep.
to help people develop, you know, as sad as it sounds or as rude or upfront as it might sound, like I didn't know I could control my brain. You know, that's what meditation taught me, was how to control my brain and how
Yeah.
to train my brain. And that's what we want to really do here. So
Boom.
let's get right into our next segment. Unless you have any other, oh no, I didn't even do a shout out.
What's your shout out?
Damn, you got another one?
Nah, I'm clear.
I'm like geeking over here to get to the next segment. Like anything crazy's happened. Shout outs for the week. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Andre. His Instagram handle, you guys might know him. I've mentioned him once before prior. He's a Reiki master. He's currently going to be moving to Texas. I think he lives in Florida currently. His Instagram is Higher Volumes of Source Light Codes. So I did a distant Reiki healing session and somewhat of a attunement, I guess you could call it in a certain way. And he used his voice in a combination of a tuning fork and one of his crystal, I don't know if they're quartz, but the crystal bowls. And dude, it was a killer hour. And I experienced some healing on a subatomic level, on a real, you know, that's really what sound starts on a base level. But anyways, overall, it was great. So I'm gonna start learning from him, start learning some techniques, and learning just to cultivate the energy that we all have within our hands. Like after yoga, I suggest you guys try this to kind of just feel into it, to just put your hands together after you've worked your prana and got your energy going. Just put your hands together and just start playing with that. And sometimes you'll notice when your energy's way up, you might feel that magnetic pushback. And that really, like, I experienced this for the first time the other day, and it kind of like was like really exciting. I'm like, holy cow. But this was like after yoga, I had eaten dinner, I was super relaxed, I smoked, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, holy cow. Just doing like, it looks like it's going to be a clap, slow clap, but I don't touch my hands together. And you can feel that. And this, and I know like the ancients, they were able to just move things with this energy. They were able to like project it and use it for all kinds of different sorts of things. And we're just kind of like tapping back into that, I think. Or I think it's known, but obviously it's not taught to everybody. And that's what the secret schools are all about and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. I'm learning some little, not esoteric stuff, but like Reiki is already prevalent in my life with Amanda. She's a level 2. So she has, it's probably like a year or two before she can take a Reiki master test, but
Damn.
learn it from a Reiki master. So it's kind of different. That's really all the shout outs I have for the week.
Word.
Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody giving us reviews. We really appreciate it. The tagging us in your stories. Really love that. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, shout outs Dylan Greenwood tagging us,
Yeah.
saying what up.
And we might actually have Dylan on the show next week. So if you guys want to go and research him right now, go check him out on Facebook, Instagram. It's just at Dylan Greenwood, right?
Mm-hmm. Dylan
_Greenwood?
Greenwood.raw.
.raw. That's right.
That's his IG.
That's right. Yeah, go
Dylan
check him out.
Greenwood.
He's quite the character. I would love to have him on.
Dude,
He's pretty motivated.
he's right up there. He's right up there. He's right up there on our level. He's there. So yeah, he's made for the show, you know. When I was first talking to him about it, he was like, "Nah, man, I don't know, man. I'm not really a podcast kind of guy." I was like, "Dude, fuck that. Like this shit we're talking about, you're perfect for the show." Like,
Just don't look at the camera. Don't think you're in a podcast. Just talk.
It is weird because like I think about the podcast every day, all day, thinking about like, oh, great topic. Oh, I'm learning this shit right now. This is perfect. I'm gonna write this down. Like, it's gonna be great. But then when you get to the show, you're kind of like, oh man, I wish I could just kind of like watch that video that I just fucking watched for like 2 hours. This whole segment.
Totally.
They explain it so well. But yeah, we'll get into that. I've definitely been spacey, conspiracy-ish kind of stuff. Weather manipulation sort of shit, all that stuff. I've been watching a lot of that. So, yeah. I can't wait to get into some. We'll get into some theory talk. We'll spin the wheel. We'll spin the theory wheel, if you will, and then we'll grab something. It'll catch on. We'll take it out with a blast. So
right on.
What else are we moving into?
Let's
segment.
Get into our next seg, and then we can really start to throw out some of these smaller topics. We got some higher alcohol content kombucha to talk about. Some wine talk
right here.
And yes, we're talking about alcohol, guys, which is kind of weird. Haven't almost drank in 2 years, but we'll get to that. But next segment, you guys love it. You guys know it, and you guys actually give us a lot of questions. We appreciate the questions, either in my inbox, Live to Scene, or with Ryan, or on Instagram, YouTube, wherever you guys, or even in person. We appreciate all the feedback, especially in this segment, because this is where we get to do our actual work. This is where we actually develop the mind. And we're going to give you guys a sneak peek into our week's worth of meditation. I guess I should really now say ascension, because that's what we're shooting for. Ascension into the fifth dimension.
Word.
Talking about mindfulness, awareness, all of this good stuff. And we broke it down, and it's called Weekly Meditation Updates. And a 1, 2, 3. A weekly meditation update, baby. Weekly meditation updates. Weekly meditation updates. Like I just said, this is a snapshot into our last week's worth of meditation, mindfulness, awareness, presence, yoga, plant-based diets, spiritual development, self-development. All of this is kind of all connected at all one, but we capitalize on that on the show. So where do we begin?
Go for it, man.
I'll
jump in there.
Okay. Meditation has been solid. It's for the first time in my life, or as far as meditating, since I've started meditating, this has been the most sporadic, as far as like not doing it at a specific time every day like I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I worked at Soulshine, worked there for like a year and a half, I meditated every morning at the same time. I got up 6, I was out there.
Routine.
Half an hour. Yeah, routine, right? Rule habit. And that was my habit that established me. Now, like, I haven't worked at Float in probably like 2 weeks now. I'm just solo entrepreneur right now. And I've noticed like I get to sleep in if I want to, or wake up early if I want to, or stay up late if I want to. I have a lot more free range of like my own time. It's kind of weird, but it's cool because I get to put this time into things I enjoy, that make me happy, that make me feel inspired, that make me actually want to do shit.
Hell yeah.
But I've been meditating at random times of the day. So like
that's cool.
Today I actually haven't meditated, which is really random. I just been today was like a take care of the girlfriend day. It's her time of the month. The moons are out. Let's say that.
Bark at the moon.
So, we went and got some edibles because she was just feeling it. I was like, all right, let's go.
Get the edibles.
And so I'll probably meditate when I go home tonight. So I'll sit for like 15, 20 minutes before I go to sleep. So I'll try something new. But for the most part, it's been like in the middle of the day. Just been trying to sit with a bunch of different crystals and feel into those energies. And meditation has really been it's been good. I had a lot of answers. I'm realizing when you get into that receptive mode, you get answers. And you get like, whenever you're like, a thought pops in your head and you're like, oh, and you get inspiration. You didn't think of that. The message came to you. And I've been too focused on figuring out like who's sending the message or why, or just go with it. And just know intuitively that it means something. It's like if you see a specific number 5 times in a day, maybe you should look up the meaning of it, or maybe you should look up a route that's connected to it, or how that number, comes into your life, or you keep hearing the same word, or if you keep saying things that are relevant to what someone else is. I don't know. Like if you feel into something, I think you should go with it. And I've learned to kind of go with my gut.
Hell yeah.
I can't really say if it comes to me during the show, I'll like pop off my random realizations, but it's really just been open and receptive. I've been working hardcore at developing a habit of prayer. I realize now, and all these theologians, all these greater minds, they all say that prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening. So I'm like, it can't just be a one-way road. I can't just receive. I got to like put out my good intentions. So every day I'll just, sit, kind of get into my, close my eyes, get in my zone, put both my hands together, connect both hemispheres of my brain, and I'll just say a good intention for the day, and then always end it with like love and light to all sentient beings. I'm trying to just put the energies out, put them out in a different way versus just like wanting to feel them all day. And as far as like signs or good things that are happening, if it's all about perception, of course, but I think a lot of cool things have been happening. So I'm just been jamming on that. That's kind of a meditation. Really kind of basic, but still growing, still using it to center. And then as far as the yoga goes, I didn't do yoga for a couple of days, which is kind of weird because I had injured my back. Last episode, you guys heard me. I had this random spasm in my back and I fell to the floor and I had to get taken care of like a fucking 10-year-old who fell off the bike, broke his arm for 3 days. I'm good now. I really just needed a good stretch. I feel super great. I feel like all the nadis, the little energy channels in my body were aligned and got to really release a lot of like tension built up in me. And I realized like how physically it like messes with me if I don't hit the mat, But other than that,
True.
Shoot, man, what's up with your meditation? How's it been?
Dude, so let's see. It's been really good. Been meditating. I've definitely been doing my on-off like yoga, like a yoga meditation for one day. The next day it's a Wim Hof meditation. So I kind of balance with the yoga like every other day. But I'll sit down and do some stretches, I'll definitely like stretch out a little bit. I just won't go through a whole flow every single day. But definitely meditate every day. I went to Texas. So immediately after we recorded the show last week on a Wednesday, we flew out Thursday morning. So I cranked that episode out. I don't know if you guys heard that at home, but I wheezed a little bit with my... You can't force a wheeze. Can't force a wheeze, but I had a wheeze moment there.
Hey,
we'll check that one out. 23 minutes in. So, got on an airplane, flew to Texas, did some fucking yoga
with Adrian.
Dude,
I got a sneak peek into your story prior, but
word.
Can you hit on all the couple highlights from your time?
This is basically why we went to Texas because, obviously on this show we talk a lot about yoga with Adrian. That's kind of how I got my start with yoga. You were watching yoga with Adrian. Our boy Oleg out there watches yoga with Adrian. And so we've been just spreading that word and that gospel. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, I find myself in this room where Adrian does yoga once a month with like 250 people. So we got tickets to that. We chilled out in Austin and yoga was nice, dude. Watching Adrian walk around and like make sure all her merch is set up tight, make sure all the other vendors are handled, her like stage is cool, like the setup is good, everyone's like in a good space, good order. And it was legit to see her like walking around and like handling her business and just she was being a total like entrepreneur, boss babe kind of chick, just watching her work, dude. That's like it's the only thing I can think of, man, because she's just doing the stuff that like I would be doing or like what a band would be doing. Like she's just like setting up shop, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't see Benji, but I think Benji's like close sibling was there because there was a dog there that looked just like Benji.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't Benji, though. So it was a really good time. There was free tacos and free kombucha afterwards. And then we talked to Adrian, met her, shook her hand, gave her hugs. And it was really cute and sweet. And Texas was just a fucking food tour, man. We rode a tandem bike all over town. Food tour. Super sick. Austin was a great city. Loved it. Had a good time. Warm weather. Can't complain. Got a little bit of sun. Got some vitamin D.
Hell yeah.
Got some tandem bike workout leg going on. So we were living it up. Kept up with my meditation every day when I was out there.
Nice.
So yeah, here we are back at home meditating. And I'm still on the You Are Creators what is it? The
gratitude one?
I did the gratitude one.
You
I did the I am. I did 1 week of I am. Now I'm on passive income. So yeah, I'm finishing up my 3rd week of the passive income. Yeah. And so it's awesome. It's been drilling into my brain, like just the thought process of passive income. And so like we said earlier, it's all about mindset. And it really is all about mindset. And this is what meditation is doing for me. It's helping and hypnotize my mind for success. Ultimately, essentially, at the end of the day, that's what I would explain. But in the long scheme, I'm going through these like 3-week, 21-day practices of specific just mantras and things I'm focusing on to kind of change my mindset to get into that receptive mode, and also at the same time like that giving mode, because it's all about giving and serving. It's not really about sales or trying to scam somebody. It's about serving, and adding value and providing value, and just kicking ass. And I'm just learning a whole lot in that direction. So that's where my meditation's going. And I'd say that's my update.
Nice.
For the week.
How long have we been meditating now? It feels like it's been like close to.
For me, I know I started meditating, at least the daily meditation, Christmas Eve, 2016. So I'm just like a year and 3 months.
We're coming in hot.
Year and 4 months.
We've been really consistent, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's
about time, It's about time to just fucking grow up, It's like, all right, I'm just going to do this now every single day. It's time to grow up, Stop faking it.
Stop faking the funk.
Stop faking the
funk.
funk.
No excuses,
Man.
Excuses.
This is seriously the universal cosmic test of people like you and I. We don't want to go to the 9-to-5, the job, work for somebody else. We don't want to live that lifestyle. We can do that if we want. We definitely can do that if we want. We can fucking be successful if we want, all that stuff. But we're being tested, man. And if you want to do what you want to do in life, you're going to go through the obstacles and the tests. And it's just part of the whole cosmic obstacles to like see if you're down enough to do it.
Totally.
And this is all part of it, It's like you just gotta you're getting tested, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta stick with it
every day. And people are like, why is this happening to me? It's like, well, you want to get you want a lifestyle that pays you $25,000 a month, but you're not willing to work for 1,000 of it. Like, yeah, you're gonna have some discord because your old mindset is in $1,000 per month mindset. But yeah, you're doing these passive incomes, these gratitudes, these new mindsets. It's really just tweaking how you feel about that situation.
Yeah.
And accepting, ingraining, embody is my favorite word lately, as far as like new techniques or skills or knowledge,
Definitely.
Dude, that's killer.
I like that word.
Yoga. So yoga's been cool. Obviously went down to Texas for it. You guys are more than enthusiasts now, I think.
Texas.
What was their yoga scene like? What kind of people were doing it? Were there people like older crowd, a bunch of chicks?
A lot of younger girls, I'd say. Younger to 20s, maybe lower 30s, ladies, mostly chicks. There was a couple of dudes sitting next to me, though. They were like cool. One of the guys looked like fucking James Bond. This other kid looked like the fucking Facebook nerd, Zucks. Whatever his name is. That nerd. And so there was just like, it looked like you'd see the same people out here, basically. A lot of like just people, just down to earth people. A lot of girls though, a lot of young chicks. They were all fans of Adrienne, so it was real cute. It's really cute to see her like whole fan club, her whole like scene, her community, like you know what I mean. To like see her in her element, you know what I'm saying. It was really cool. Just
that's
like,
cool, yeah.
Because I love behind the scenes stuff. Like whenever I go to a concert, like I'm always paying attention to the stage before the band takes stage. I'm watching like the crew set stuff up. I'm watching like, oh, those kind of drums, like, oh, he's using that amp, like, oh, the pedal board, like, kind of guitars, like, oh, there's that guy. Like, I remember seeing him last time when they came to town. Like, I like watching that little stuff. And I saw the whole same sequence watching Adrienne and her crew. She's running around. She's like making sure that shit's like real going good and stocking the merch, checking the merch, like checking everything in. So it was just cool to see all that stuff, like just getting everything set up. Like, I just like seeing that. So yeah, she was like definitely like a full member, like part of that crew, like just on top of things, man, just really putting in work and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
inspiring. It makes me want to grind harder, learn more.
Totally. Yeah, they're doing good things out there. They're doing good things. So
good old Texas, the last place I ever thought that would be one of the up and rising, conscious places of our United States.
That's where my shout out goes to: Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. I don't know, if they're consciously woke, but as far as their vegan foods go, hey, 2 thumbs up, all the thumbs in the world.
We support the vegan food.
The Vegan Foods, Austin, Texas. Shout outs.
We were just talking about going down to Portland. So if you guys are Portland listeners, it really is only just a few short hours away driving. We would love to come down there and to meet up with some of you guys. So this is gonna be me, my girlfriend, Ryan, his girlfriend. We're gonna jam down there. We're gonna go check it out maybe for a day.
Yeah,
Get an
shout outs.
Airbnb. We want to check out some food. Check out the pot scene for sure. I want to see what their cannabis life's down there.
Yep.
Heard it's supposed to be pretty chill for the most part, which is cool.
Yeah, we'll be headlining some VIP clubs. We'll be like at all the clubs, basically.
They'll know we're coming. We'll just have to tell like one person probably. The
definitely.
word will spread.
The lifted scene. We'll be popping bottles. Okay, bottles of kombucha.
Speaking of kombucha, let's go and just talk about this real quick.
Talk about this kombucha we're drinking.
So Amanda and I have gone to Whole Foods quite a few times the last couple weeks, or I should say months. We've been frequenting it. We will see things that we're like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I wonder about that. And the last thing we saw is, and what's the company name? It's like Kyrie?
Kyla.
Kyla?
Kyla. Kyla. I imagine it's first two letters of two people's names put together.
Possibly. I've never heard that name before.
Kyla. I have a cousin named Kylie. Shout outs, Kylie.